Hello, coming to you live from New Jersey. Do you find yourself time after time in a situation that you really don't want to be in? What you get rid of, time goes by and you find yourself just right back in that situation again. Well, that situation, if you don't deal with these two root causes, you are going to be in exactly that same situation again next year. Think of it like this. I used to have this rose bush, and so I would cut it down all the way down, and then the next year it would come back. It would be bigger, stronger, more dangerous than the year before. Obviously, it's because the roots were still there. So we weren't really dealing with the problem. We weren't dealing with the creation of the bush. We were only dealing with the product that came from what was in the root. So it's the same thing with whatever you keep finding yourself in. If you're saying to yourself, this never changes, I'm just destined to attract people like my father, I can't go beyond this kind of career or income amount, I just can't lose this weight, just stop yourself and realize, okay, the weight, the extra weight you don't want, the bad relationships you don't want, the amount of income that you don't want or want to see more of, those are only the roses, the thorns, the leaves, and the branches. They're not the root. They're not what's causing the situation. So if you want your situation to be different next year than it is right now, the root is going to have to change. If you will stick around to the end of this video, you will know exactly how that happens, what you have to change, and no more will you keep finding yourself stuck in this cycle of suckiness. Hello, friends, and welcome back. And I'm in New Jersey today and wanted to get something out to you, so pardon all this. Anyways, my name is Lindy, and I help women see their potential, change your mindset, and grow fulfilling lives. And if you're ready to do that once and for all and to stop going around into these awful cycles, hit subscribe, stick around, and let's start growing together. I used to be in an extremely unhappy marriage. Now I'm in a extremely, beyond anything I could have imagined, happy marriage. However, the unhappy marriage was only the roses, the thorns, and the stems. They weren't the root cause of my situation. These are the two things that kept causing me to be in bad relationships: my dominating thoughts and my consistent actions. Your dominating thoughts and consistent actions are the root cause of the life you are seeing around you right now. Just like the rose bush, you can cut down the manifestations around you. You can get rid of that guy, clean out your house, change your job, but because those are only the root, those are only the roses, the stems, and the thorns and the leaves, next year it's all going to grow back all over again if you have not changed your dominating thoughts and your consistent actions. Lindy, are you saying you were in an unhappy marriage because of your dominating thoughts and your consistent actions? Absolutely, positively, 100%. Now, I'm in a happy marriage. Why? Because my roots are different. I'm growing a different outside manifestation. My dominating thoughts and consistent actions grow happy marriage. It doesn't just come accidentally. It's something that I have had to build and create on my inside. This is how I did it. And this is what you have to do. And it doesn't just apply to relationships with a guy or whatever. It applies to anything in your life that you want to see changed. You have to change the root. And then you will produce a different fruit. Insecure beliefs about myself, they were my root belief. They were dominating. They were controlling the choices I was making. The consistent actions I was putting out were talking negative about myself, not following through on a plan, not keeping up with myself physically and just letting myself go, doubting myself. That was a thought, and it was causing me to make actions and choices that were really low. Those negative, dominating, insecure thoughts were causing me to act weak and insecure and to be mistreated. So how did I change them? My only solution was to build new dominating thoughts and change my actions and make them consistent. And I really had to concentrate on getting that thought and that belief deep down inside me. I had to believe it. I had to know I was worthy of it, and that this was the choice I was making. I wasn't going to accept anything less. Actions I took, I started self-educating myself, listening to really great videos, speakers, reading books, reading material, and just really getting intensely focused on changing my dominating thoughts and consistent actions. The outward manifestations I was currently in at that time, the roses and the thorns and the leaves that had already been manifested, they didn't match with my root anymore. And eventually they died. They died off as far as not being in my world anymore. And something new began to grow. But again, this doesn't just apply to relationships. This applies to anything. It's a principle that applies to anything. Remember, the manifestation is not the problem. The roses and the thorns and the branches are not the problem. They are the result of what's happening in the root. Things that are outside, the leaves, the roses and stuff that don't match what you want to see, they will go away one way or another. They're going to get dealt with. You don't really have to worry about it. It's just going to happen. And the thing that you are building and creating and working on the inside will guaranteed manifest. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, and I'll see you again next week. We'll keep seeing, changing, growing together.